We have 3 host countries, United States, Canada, and Mexico, 48 teams, and a total of 104 matches will be played. And one will be the biggest football tournaments in the whole history. Right now on ForeGate, hundreds of thousands of users are making their World Cup predictions on-chain in real time. Tonight, we are bringing those predictions face-to-face with a real football experience, live opinions, Web3 communities, and a true football legend. That's what makes this live very special. But before we bring him, let me quickly introduce our tonight's crew. First, we have Philip from OKX.
Hi, guys. I'm Philip from OKX. Very nice to meet you, and a pleasure to speak with Michael again.
Thank you, Philip. We also have Andy from Weeks.
Hey everybody, Andy here, COO of Weeks.com. Mike, it's a pleasure to see you again. Thank you so much for your support on the Global Ambassador Program in 2025.
Thank you, Andy. Dominic from Blowfine.
Hi guys, Dominic here at Grove, aka Internet Bluff and Wallet. Just quick legal stuff. Opinions are my own. Definitely not financial advice. We're not sponsored by FIFA, not tied to anything, nothing like that. So, thank you.
Dominic. And Cody from O'Daily.
Hi everyone, this is Cody and thanks for invite and this is Michael. I'm very glad to meet with Michael here. Thank you.
Thank you, Cody. Great to have all of you here with us tonight. But now, the moment everyone has been waiting for, our football legend, the former Liverpool star, a Ballon d'Or winner. He has played in 3 World Cups, so he knows about pressure, timing, instinct, and big moments. A player who knows exactly what it means to perform on the biggest stage, and that connects perfectly with what ForeGate is about. Reading the game, trusting in judgment, and backing your prediction when it matters. Please, everyone, welcome ForeGate Global Brand Ambassador, Michael Owen. Michael, welcome to the show. We are really happy to have you here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very kind of you to say so. Hi, everyone. I'm really glad to be here as ForeGate's Global Ambassador. Of course, we're here with 2026 World Cup is upon us. 3 hosts, 48 teams, venues all across the continent. I guess the scale is unlike anything we've seen before. So it's very, very exciting. And of course, judgment is a huge part of this World Cup for the players. But as we all know, that's what ForeGate is about too. So it's really, really exciting. And I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, Michael. We are really excited to have you with us. And we will come back to you very soon because there's a lot we want to ask you about your World Cup experience and your career. But first, let's bring our Web3 guests because tonight is not only about the World Cup, it's also about how fans are engaging with it in a new way through communities, prediction, platforms, and so on. The World Cup has always been about passion, but fans have always to debate who will win, who will surprise everyone, and which players will shine. This year, with Web3, the conversation becomes more interactive and more visible in real time. And ForeGate is right in the middle of that. On ForeGate, we are not only talking about the final winner. There are more than 20 World Cup topics from player moments and key matches to tournament surprise and on-chain activities. So I want to ask our guests, from your perspective, looking at exchange flows, community data, and on-chain signals, what do you think most people are missing about this World Cup? OKX, let's start with you.
Yeah, sure. So actually, from my perspective, because I'm working on the AI side from OKX as well, and actually now there's also the collaboration point between OKX and ForeGate as well, right? We try to bring the data on chain and also try to predict the final result or predict some of the result through the AI agent already. And now you see we are now trying to entering the agent world or the agent community even, right? And now the people who are playing the bet, there are no more, or not only human, but also like the agents, because they are obviously faster than human, right? And they're obviously like they could collect data like instantly, and they can also place the bet instantly as well, right? And so from my perspective, what it's lacking right now is like people are trying to, playing with the agent, and maybe also try to place the bet with the agent. This, if I see this could happen, this could really be fun, because the agent can do basically everything. They can also bet on everything as well, right? And actually, I'm also looking forward to this. I'm placing
That's
my own bet with
interesting.
my agent as well, actually. Yeah.
That's interesting. Thank you, Philip. Weeks, from your side, are you seeing the same trend, or you have another comments about it?
Yeah, so we have the pleasure of working with La Liga this year leading up to the World Cup, and got a real taste of what the demographics appetite of our audience was. And football and World Cup and the championships are at the top of everybody's mind. I think the biggest takeaway was timing's everything. Timing beats volume, even in the cryptocurrency market. If you provide the audience with something they have pent up demand for, like predictions on things that they consume and bet on with their own friends in their own inner circle, you will capture the momentum of that audience temperature, that moment, that timing. Just like on the pitch is everything. So if you want to attract an audience right now, if you sync up what you're working on in terms of promotions and marketing with something that's hot in the world, you're going to see a lot of people tune in, watch, and participate. So what ForeGate's done with prediction markets is very impressive, and we're so happy to be a part of the call today.
That's very interesting, especially because community energy can move very quickly during a tournament. So, Bluefin, I love to hear your take on this as well, please.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the invite, ForeGate and also Michael. So I don't want to get too technical with this one. Honestly, I think the opposite. For the first time, people aren't really missing anything. So about 4 years ago, you might need to be an analyst to have a proper read of a match or ask your mates. But now you have got like AI tools, you got on-chain data, you got wallets and platform like ForeGate. So if you have an opinion, you can check it in like 30 seconds and you can put it somewhere in platforms like ForeGate or Bluefin Wallet and stuff. So I think the gap in this cycle between casual fans and experts is getting smaller and smaller. That's my take.
I like that. Thank you. And Odeli, from your side, what do you think?
Hi, thanks for inviting. Yeah, so from social media perspective, we have a really good collaboration with the ForeGate as well. And so with the striking, the circle is how the prediction market have to shift from the niche topic to a mainstream crypto conversation. So from the update, so we have been tracking some smart money online on-chain behavior and probability shift around the major sporting events for well now. And so it started for the 2026 World Cup, and it's the first tournament where we are seeing some genius institutional level, the attention on the prediction protocols. And so I think most of people are focused on who will win the trophies, of course. So but the real story is in the micro markets, the Web3 micro markets. So players the performance, the cars and the red cars, yellow cars, and the halftime score. So lots of them. So that is where the in-form money is moving, and the ForeGate is capturing exactly that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Cody. And I love that and I think that's the key point here, because fans have always had strong opinions, and now those opinions have a real stage. So that's exactly where ForeGate comes in. And remember that ForeGate has $1 million USDT real pool running throughout the tournament. So make sure you check the World Cup section to see everything that's in live. But now that we set the Web3 side of the conversation, let's bring back to the football. Michael, now is your turn. You have played at the highest level, and you know what a World Cup feels like from the inside. So to start, for you, what is the most interesting thing about the 2026 World Cup?
The most interesting thing, wow. I think the new format is very interesting. Of course, it's diluting the quality slightly with 48 teams, but it's going to be a longer format, more games to be played. There may be more one-sided games. Obviously, where in the world the World Cup is being played is interesting as well with the different conditions. So I think there's quite a lot of interesting things about this World Cup. A lot of different things that what we've seen in the past. Of course, more teams are going to qualify. There's probably less pressure in the group stage with a lot of third place teams going to qualify as well. So it's a new look World Cup, and there's pros and cons for that. I mean, getting more teams involved, more fans around the world being interested in their team being involved, I think is a very good thing. Maybe diluting the quality of it and elongating it, some people will argue that's a bad thing. So it'll be fascinating to watch it and to see how it all plays out.
That's really interesting. I agree with you. Reading the game, reading the market. So let's talk about predictions, okay? Because right now on ForeGate winner markets, Spain and France are getting a lot of attention. But you played in 3 World Cups, and we know the tournament's never that simple. So what the fans usually get wrong about the group stage, and which teams or groups could surprise us?
Yeah. Well, I think a couple of things that fans may get wrong and they may not factor in, certainly in this World Cup in particular. The first one, I would say, the climate and the geography of the World Cup. Of course, many of you will know that Mexico City is a high altitude, and that gives a real advantage to the local team. They also have fanatical fan base as well in Mexico. So I think playing at altitude is one thing. And of course, in certain cities in America, you know, the likes of Dallas, Miami, or whatever, the heat and humidity is definitely going to play a factor. The physical toll is going to vary enormously. There's also stadiums in this World Cup, some of the stadiums that have got air conditioning. So, you know, that will have a huge effect as well. So I guess for European teams who look really strong on paper, if you don't take into consideration, you know, maybe that they might start fading after maybe 1 hour. Do the European teams have to use more substitutes than other teams? You know, this is all a fascinating thing that doesn't necessarily show up on any model. So I think these are the things that we've got to look at. And of course, when you look at ForeGate, these things are in the market. They're normally picked up before all of these headlines come up and people bring it to your attention. So I think there's some fascinating dynamics in this World Cup that people have got to be aware of.
Nice. And you have any opinion about which teams or group could surprise us?
I think Japan could be a surprise. I think they're a good team. They'll be very used to warm conditions and they're a very fit team. They gave England problems not so long ago. I also think Belgium. People thought Belgium were a very, very good team a few years ago, and now they possibly don't think they're as good anymore. But I still think they're a very good team. And I think Belgium could surprise a few people as well. So my dark horses would probably be Belgium and Japan.
Nice. That's a great perspective at all. And it shows why the group stage can be so unpredictable as well. And that becomes even bigger once we get to not out stage. On a bad moment, one injury, one mistake, or one emotional reaction can change everything. And on ForeGate, when a major injury or a big pre-match story happens, active can shift very quickly. So what is your opinion about for young players today? How important is mental strength in the biggest matches?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, in the group stages, you can afford a big mistake. In fact, in this World Cup, you might be able to afford 2 big mistakes. One win might get you through in the group stage. So the pressure is less. It's definitely less in the group stage. But that all changes in the knockout stage, of course. One mistake, and I've been there. I've played in 3 World Cups, and we've made mistakes. We've made, maybe getting a red card or whatever we've done lots of times. We've made mistakes that have cost us. So your focus has to be so on tune. Any mistakes, and of course, when the pressure ramps up, more mistakes are made. And I think it's in the knockout stage really where you're going to see the best teams come to the fore, because the best players make better decisions and fewer mistakes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Michael. And since we also have some great Web3 here's voices with us, and I like to bring our guests in the conversation now. Each guest will ask you one question, and we will start with OKX. Please, Philip.
Yeah, sure. Much pleasure. Because actually, I also play soccer a bit as well, and also like as a striker as you, Michael. I would like to know what is for you like the most important thing. Is that talent or like fitness, or you think mentality is like more important? Because when the ball is nearing a goal, right? When we are trying to shoot like to the goal, or let's say, do you still think like, because when I'm trying to reach a goal, my mental will be like I'm choking, I'm getting nervous, and I don't know how to shoot, and I always miss the goal actually, right? And this is also an important factor for me to make the predictions, right? Because I'm playing with the data a lot, and I'm trying to analyze like which team are having like the most young players, right? For example, like the Japanese team, they have many young players, the German team as well, right? And for them, they are having like a very good body fitness on this side, but for them, like the mental side will be like much weaker, especially for many which has attend like, which is like the first time for them to attend like a World Cup, right? And I also trying to count this like a winning factor, or trying to put some weights there. So it's for me very important to know, like for a striker, what is the most important thing for you?
Okay, well, at the top level, of course, we are talking about the World Cup. You can't lack in any aspect. So fitness is very, very important. But fitness is an easy thing to get right.
That's right.
Anybody can get fit. So, all of the players that are going to the World Cup will be very, very fit, very healthy. Their diet and their nutrition will be perfect. So you almost take that for granted. That is normal. The main thing in football is the decision making, is the mentality. And I think you mentioned a really good point there. If you think in my situation, scoring goals is my job, that's what I'm put on this earth to do. That's what, some of the great strikers in the World Cup are supposed to be doing. And you even admitted there, when most people get a chance, when most people watch a game of football, what happens when the ball gets close and we all expect, oh, wow, this is a chance? We all tense up, we all squeeze, we all get out of our chair, our heart rate goes up a little bit. All of these things, you get excited my job is to go the other way. And it's a very, very rare thing for somebody when an opportunity arises to go against what human nature tells you, to go colder, to go calmer, to go more focused. Most people lose focus. They get excited, the heart rate and everything no, the real top players manage to focus even more and go even calmer and focus totally on what the job in hand is. So mentality in the big moments is the most important thing in a World Cup.
Thank you so much. I appreciate for your answer. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Philip. And Andy, your question for Michael.
Hey, Michael. So in this part of the space, prediction markets, when you're in the minority of opinion, you do have the biggest chance for the biggest value. So reflecting on how we got here to 48 teams in the playoffs, what was the most unexpected and memorable moment of this season that really will live with you for the next couple of years here. Was there anybody that clinched a spot that you just really didn't think was going to make it?
Yeah, I think there was a handful of teams that have clinched a spot. I remember 1 week of football here in the UK where it was the playoffs and Scotland and Ireland and Wales, and they were all in the playoffs, and there was it was just incredible, crazy results. And eventually Wales and Ireland missed out and Scotland went through. But the whole week, the ups and downs of the playoffs was quite incredible. Now, there are teams that are in the World Cup, some teams that have never been there before, some teams that are rarely there. And I think some of those stories are quite amazing, and it's going to spread football and the word to the rest of the world, to all four corners of the world. So I think it's really exciting that more and more people are going to be watching this World Cup. But I agree with you as well. You know, when you're looking at different factors in who could win the tournament and things, sometimes you've got to try to find things that other people aren't looking for and beat the market. And I think with this World Cup, and with there being so many different changes to this World Cup, I think there's possibly value to be had in certain situations, and it's just down to people to try to find those values. But with the quality, being drawn out, let's say, being not being what it was, 48 teams inevitably is going to thin out the quality of the tournament. There's definitely going to be some things that we might not be spotting now, that maybe after the group stage we'll realise, we should have beat the market, we should have found that and should have spotted it early. So that's the fascinating thing for me about this World Cup.
In surveying Weeks.com users, a lot of people are very shocked we're not seeing Italian right now in round one here.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Michael. Dominic, over to you.
Hey, Michael, such an honor. You scored that goal against Argentina when at the age of 18, and your life changed overnight. Looking back, is that still the biggest moment for you, or is there another moment that could top that?
Well, it was the biggest moment in terms of how people viewed me. Bear in mind, we didn't win that game. We got knocked out on penalties, and it was an iconic game for many different reasons. So in my career, I've had some other great moments that I would probably look back even more fondly on. But in terms of one single game where I announced myself to everybody around the world, then that was it, you know. And when people see me now, most of them the first thing they would say is, I remember where I was when you scored that goal. In England or around, it's called that goal. And if anybody says that goal, it just means Michael Owens against Argentina. So it's a great thing to have. Lots of people have had great careers and great moments, but to have one or two moments in my career where people remember where they were at that time, that is pretty cool. And as I say, at 18 years of age, it announced me to the world quite early on in my career.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Dominic. And Cody, your question, please.
Yeah. Hi, Michael. I just want to ask for the question just relevant for the World Cup. I mean, lots of people just very focused on like the trophy. So my question is like, when I use a prediction market, when I use the AI to predict like who have the big chance to win the cup trophies, it shows up like maybe Spain, maybe England, maybe Germany. I mean, but actually I'm a fan of Portugal. So my question is, I think the Portugal have the really good like midfield and the defenders, and I think like somebody says like offense win the game and the defense win the trophies. So my question like is, do you think like Portugal have a big chance to win the trophies, or can they just have a long through way to win the maybe quarterfinal or in the final? I mean, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Portugal are definitely one of the teams that can win this World Cup. It's interesting that you talk about some, great midfielders, great defenders, but Portugal over the last few years have got some incredible attacking players. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo has been one of the greatest players of all time, and he's been carrying that team for a long time. But you look at elsewhere in that team, I mean, Bruno Fernandes, for Manchester United has had a wonderful season. He was the player of the year in the Premier League this year. So even though they are strong in midfield and defence, they've got some players that can score goals as well. So I think they're a very balanced team. I think the conditions, they will be used to playing in heat. So there are a lot of things that you could recommend for those people that support Portugal, that they have got a very good chance. Yeah.
Thank you. I hope so. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Michael. And thank you all our guests. Before I made it to another questions to you, Michael, but before this, we want to turn this moment into something special for everyone watching, because tonight is not only about listening to predictions, it is also about being part of the action on ForeGate. So first, let's freeze this moment. Everyone get ready for a quick screenshot, and I will explain better later, but Michael, guess best pose, please. So please, everyone, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now, for everyone watching, this screenshot is part of our giveaway, okay? Got the screenshot, head to ForeGate pinned post on X, drop your screenshot in the comments with hashtag ForeGate, hashtag Michael Owen, hashtag FIFA 2026. And you will also have a chance to win official ForeGate products and items signed by Michael. So, Michael, before you go, we have 2 fan questions from X. The first one is from Jay Bonbon. He asks, Michael, you have played at the highest level, 3 World Cups, Ballon d'Or, and you have seen it all. If you have to put your name behind one team lifting the trophy this summer,
Wow. I think when I look down at the squads, I think France have got the best players. And I believe that France are the best team. The way Spain play, the togetherness, they have a great chemistry with each other. I think Spain are a fantastic team. But I can't help but just look at that France squad and see some of the attacking players, and I just have to think they're the best team in the competition. So if I had to say one, I would say France to win the World Cup.
I think your mic is mute.
Yeah, your mic is muted. Oh, there we go. She's back.
Sorry. Great answer. Thank you for that. And we have the second fan question is from Alice. She asks, which 2 matchups do you most want to see in this World Cup?
Okay, I would love to see England, of course. I think that the perfect semi-final in my eyes would be England against France. 2 great teams, of course, one that I'm supporting with my heart and the other one that I think is going to win it with my head. So that would be one semi-final that I think would be a great semi-final. And the other one I think that would be amazing would be Spain. They're one of the best teams in the world at the moment, play great football, a great team, against the individual talent of Brazil. I think those semi-finals would be glamour semi-finals. They would be worthy of being finals, to be honest. But yeah, France against England, Spain against Brazil would be the perfect semi-finals for me.
As a Brazilian, I love that, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a real pleasure to hear your thoughts, your insights, your experience. And it's exactly the kind of football perspective we wanted tonight. So on behalf of ForeGate and every fan watching live, thank you so much for joining us. And if before you go, you have any final message for your fans, please feel free for that.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone for taking part today. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you've got some insight. And I hope you're all looking forward to the World Cup. And I want to wish you a lot of joy supporting whoever you support during this competition. Let's hope we have a great competition, and yeah, enjoy every minute of it. So good luck, whoever you're supporting, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay, the
Okay,
World Cup
Michael.
doesn't wait. We know you have a busy night ahead, so we will let you go for now. But thank you again, Michael, and enjoy the opening match.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Michael. So Michael has left, but we are not done yet. Now I want to hear from our guests. Real question. Are you football fans? And who do you think can win this World Cup? Okay, X, let's start with you.
Yes, I am actually, but I'm actually always for Germany because I actually am from Germany as well. So I used to I mean I have to say or admit France could win. I mean it has a very big chance because they have a really star-lighted team and they're really strong as well. I mean from the mental strength and also from the body fitness side, right? Because also Michael said before, they are. I mean I assume that all of the players they also got like very well trained, and also they have the good nutrition as well, right? But you should still like admit that some of the people they do naturally have better fitness strengths than others. Like if you see like Holland, right? He's just totally like a monster. He's like a monster, right? When he's crashing, and all of the football players are going to go away, basically, right? So I want Germany to win, but I have to admit, I don't think France could win this game. Yeah, there's
Perfect.
probably no doubt, actually. Yeah,
Thank you, Philip. I like your point.
but I
Andy,
think
what?
I could win as well. Not hurting.
Nice. Andy, who is your pick?
I've been thinking about this one every day. So in crypto, everybody loves a good hedge. So I'll give you two answers here. I'm pretty sure Spain, based on the composition of talent, has a great shot of winning this year. They had 17 members of their club in La Liga this year. These guys have been playing day in and day out leading up to the Cup. I think that their squad is ready. But, and I give you a big but here, I was in La Halls about 10 days ago for the Proof of Talk Crypto Conference. And in Paris, when PSG won, if even 1% of the passion I saw in that city makes its way to the pitch this year for the games, they're unstoppable. It was the most excited I've ever seen any audience for anything I've ever been a part of, much less football. It was enthralling and overwhelming. And if they can translate that into skills on the pitch, there's no stopping France this year.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Andy. Dominic, what is your pick?
I'm not really a hardcore football guy. The closest thing I was with playing like football video games and stuff. But since the last World Cup final, I watched it with my friends and my wife. And it feels like yesterday they went like back to back. Argentina versus France, and they got into the overtime, and then they got into the penalties. That was hectic and it's like unforgettable. So I really wanted Messi to win that year because he has been a legend and playing for all these years, but still didn't get the champion. But then he got it last time, so this time I'm actually rooting for France because I think Mbappe deserve to win as well. And obviously, France is like one of the strongest team. Another team that I will be rooting for is actually Croatia, because I still remember them like losing the year that I think that was back in it was 2018, was it? Modric,
Was
it was losing to France. Oh, yeah. So I hope he can win that before he retires. So I think that will be his last year this year. It's like 40 years already. So yeah, just my take.
Thank you for being honest. And I like your provision as well. So, Cody, what is your pick?
Yeah, actually, I think I should like ForeGate too, because like I think from my perspective, I support Portugal because like as I said before when I talked with Michael, so I think Portugal have the really good like defense and midfield, and they have Cristiano Ronaldo. Although like Cristiano Ronaldo is a little bit like he is like 40 years old, but I think he's the captain of this like the team, and like actually I know like lots of my friends and I play soccer in New York, and lots of people they're talking about like France maybe will win the trophies again in the at least it will just like in the final. But actually like if you just go to the USA and or Mexico, like right now of course in New York it's very hot, so this game is very tough for every like players. So I know like their coach only pick like 5 midfielder from the France. So maybe I don't know, like they can have really good stamina to like play in the whole games from the first game to the final. So I don't think like France can win the trophies, but I support Portugal, and the other one is England. I saw England is very good, so they have the very balance on the team, and they have exactly that. They have very, very good substitutions. So they have like 2 teams. They play very good, and they have more stamina to like show up. And yeah, so that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you, Cody. That gives us 4 very different perspectives. Even you choose almost the same team, but I think that's exactly what makes this World Cup so interesting. It's not only about what happens on the pitch, it's also about how fans and communities react around the world. So now let's talk about what each platform is bringing to World Cup, okay? Because this tournament is not only happening on the pitch, like I said, is across communities, campaigns, rewards, and digital experience around the world. Okay, so let's do a rundown here. What are you bringing to this World Cup? Philip, can you start with you?
Sure. Can you just try to explain your question again? Because I'm trying to give like a best perspective to answer this question.
Sure. What is OKX is planning to bring to this World Cup? So what is across your communities, the campaigns the OKX are bringing to this
Yeah, of
World
course.
Cup?
So,
What is the idea?
yeah, so actually, as OKX, right, we have launched many things, a lot again about the World Cup because, for example, we are having the prediction market just recently launched, and this market, although we cannot play this worldwide, but we are trying to bring as much football fun as possible to our applications and to let them have fun. And they can also trade. I mean, they can also like bet with the experience. I mean the XP as well, right? And we have launched our agentic wallet back before, and trying to collaborate with, for example, the partners like ForeGate, and just try to bring some best agentic prediction experience, like for the people who are like trying to using the agents like to predict like the winners, right? And also there will be many more. We are hosting many giveaways and also hosting many events like during the World Cup, and there are actually more to come. I cannot release too much information at this point, but I'm just looking forward to have like more partners joining OKX and also joining ForeGate, right? And to have fun and to watch the World Cup with us together. Yeah, and actually for us the most important chapter for this year will be agent and AI, right? And we are trying to bring everything about agent, and we are trying to merge agent to everything. And the World Cup will be one example that we are trying to merge into, and there'll be more to come. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect, Philip. Thank you. Andy, your turn.
Well, at Weeks, events like this, like the World Cup, are a massive carnival on Weeks.com where new wealth is made. So if you're watching this on X right now, check out at Weeks_official for our pinned tweet where you're going to find the World Cup Dice Rush game. This is a very simple game. You make a deposit, do a little bit of trading, and you're going to earn dice rolls against the game board that claims prizes as you progress through the game. And the more you play, the more points you win, so you can claim other great and exciting experiences, prizes, and rewards right now on Weeks.com. So go make your predictions on ForeGate, and then once you're ready to go trade against the market and see where you land, come play the Weeks Dice Roll Challenge right now as part of the World Cup Carnival. Also, mark your calendars because in this June, we will have a special Weeks Go, Go, Go World Cup live stream that we've become famous for on YouTube and X, dropping even more exclusive perks. So come play along with us now. Predict on ForeGate, trade on Weeks.
Nice. Thank you, Andy. Dominic?
All right. So we have actually got two things running during the World Cup. So we have the Global Soccer Festival, which is like free to join. It runs through July 11th. You download the Bluefin wallet, you tap the banner, you get a free spin, and you're playing for a share of like 30K USDC pool. So it just takes about 20 seconds once you download it. And we also team up with you guys. Thank you, ForeGate. It starts from today till 25th of June. So ForeGate is actually giving up to 5K USDT to Bluefin wallet registered users. You can read the full rules on our X. So remember to follow us and download our wallet. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominic.
Gotta
Cody,
hit
with
that
you?
KPI.
Yeah, so we have a really good partnership with the ForeGate, and we are a media partnership for ForeGate. So of course, from the Odili perspective, we are just running the full World Cup coverage through. We have the Telegram channel, and it's called Odili's here, and we have been just covering the prediction market like ForeGate, and before this tournament, and tracking some smart money address, and maybe some possibility shift the capital flow behavior, and some on-chain signals across a major events. So I think the World Cup is just the biggest stage, and we have to do it. And yeah, so if you want to know some on-trend news, you can just follow us from Odeli and Odeli's here. And if you want to play, we just use the ForeGate to predict. Thank you.
Thank you, Cody. I would like to make a personal question to you guys. Okay, so I want to understand, how can the crypto market benefit from the World Cup season? Can you give me your point of view? I will start again with you, Philip. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Actually, not because people are trying to now. I mean, now the crypto market is no more like the crypto market 4 years ago. Because 4 years ago, people also trying to place a bet, right? But now this the prediction market going very mature, and also this a lot of infrastructure has been built, right? People are trying to experience a non-KYC experience, just to place a bet that they whenever they want to, right? And they can also withdraw the bet as well. And sometimes, and also this, I also observing some platform, they are trying to go against the bet. For example, actually the Spain wins, but the result will be still if you bet on France, right? I mean, there is also some possibilities that you are going to earn money against the truth, right? So everything is trying to from my perspective, I just think crypto is just trying to bridge the normal KYC process, to the normal folks, to make everyone being able to bet for their players and for the games. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Philip. It will be just a quick perspective, okay? And you can give me your opinion as well, please.
Yeah, happy to. And cryptocurrency is more than just a financial use case thesis. It's not just an investment vehicle where you can buy and sell for a gain. And a lot of the markets that are represented in the World Cup this year, like you said, we got 48 different teams globally. They don't have a lot of brick and mortar institutions in their local neighborhoods in some of these countries for things as simple as money transfers, remittance, and a lot of the value that banking with cryptocurrency can unlock from a smartphone and your mobile device right in the palm of your hands. So I believe the depth and the diversity of the World Cup audience and the demographics that are in that audience really have a worldwide benefit from using this medium in places where it's just very difficult to get reliable, secure financial services, very difficult to find a reliable, friendly, platform that's easy to use and quick to transfer in and out with friends, family, anybody else that works for you, maybe if they're contract workers developing software globally. It serves so much more than just investment predictions and etc. So by bringing such a diverse audience together, sharing with them all the different things that cryptocurrency does and giving them that choice of where they can bank, where they can transfer, where they can trade, I think that's a beautiful thing. And we look forward to supporting more events like this.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Andy. Dominic, your point, please.
Sorry, I'm just an intern and I cannot talk too much about the prediction market and stuff. So I may have to skip that. Otherwise, the legal team gonna send me a letter tomorrow.
It's okay. It's okay. Cody, can you give us your opinion?
Yes, yes. So this is a very good question. So prediction market is very popular this year, also from last year. So from our daily side, I think the World Cup is one of the most, of course, is the most powerful catalyst for the crypto adoption, and we have seen in the sports circle. I mean, so billions of fans in all over the world, so they just deeply, I mean, emotionally invest for into the outcomes, and that passion has always been there. So if you just look in the New York, in America, lots of people they're just live here, and it's very expensive around there. So that's what I mean. So this Thirgo is that prediction market just give the fans, the every people a real way to put their conviction, I think, on trend. So it's not just watching anymore. It's not watching TV or watching game. You can just join with the teams, join a real fan. So it's participate with I mean the real stake and in the real time. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Cody. Great stuff from everyone. That's clearly a lot of happening during this World Cup. So for everyone watching, make sure to follow each platform, stay updated, and don't miss what's coming during the tournament, okay? And now we are almost there. The first match of the 2026 World Cup is about to kick off. Will be Mexico and South Africa. So this is the moment every fan has been waiting for. So before our final giveaway, let's send some energy into the opening match. So I would like to hear one quick line from each of you. And another personal question is, which team do you think will surprise us? Not only win the World Cup, but which team do you think will surprise us? Okay, X, I will start with you, okay?
Yeah, of course. I still go Germany. I'm sorry. I'm just rooting for my country. So no matter what, I'm just rooting for Germany. So Germany will surprise us. Germany will win. No, sorry. No, I'm not trying to go this personal for Germany, but I do think my favorite player, the Manuel Neuer is going back. I mean, he left the national team 2 years ago, right? And he joined back again. And I just want to see him to be the goalkeeper again and to stand against the football again. Yeah, and that's it from my side.
Perfect. Thank you, Philip. And Andy, please give us some your final our final line. And which team do you think will surprise us in this World Cup?
So I'll say just in the playoffs alone, Bosnia was a shocker to beat Italy, and everybody thought that team was a shoo-in. To see them seed and get to compete now in the big tournament is an amazing thing. I think we're all going to look back on it about 10 years from now. But something else that's not being discussed too much is this is the first time in 40 years Canada has had a game on their home turf. And Canada has that beautiful BMO field next to the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto. The Toronto FC plays there. A lot of great matches have played there. I think the Canadians might shock us and get very far in the seeding this year, just on the strength and energy of this being such a historical moment for the country and the people there.
Nice, amazing. Thank you. Dominic, what is your opinion about this?
I mean, as an Asian, I hope like teams, Asian teams such as like the South Korean or the Japanese could surprise us and get into like, I don't know, quarterfinals or even finals. So that would be interesting to see.
I agree with you. Cody, what is your pick?
Well, I still want to pick two, like for the dark horses, surprise me. Actually, first one is United States. So yeah, as Andy said, like Canada is so USA and Canada is so they are just the home team. I mean the home field. So some people they from the Premier League, they're from the France League, are very good, and but most of them from the it's got like USA League. I don't know what is it. Sorry. So, but so you have to think about the weather. You have to think about the temperature right now. So they play like every year, and they just like they stay comfort. So this is I think it's really important things for play soccer because I play soccer in professional, and I think like when I travel around the world, so I feel like a little bit tired. But if I just like play the game in the home, I think it should be good, and then just like feel comfort. So USA is my first pick, and the other one is from professional. I think it's Morocco. Morocco. I think they have very lots of balanced team, and they have Hakimi as a captain. And Hakimi, I think he's the best right back player in the world right now, and I think they will just give me a very big surprise because on the last FIFA they just play in the quarterfinal. They just lose with France, I think, but they play very good. So maybe this year they have more, I mean, stronger team. They have more balanced team. So maybe this year like they will just give me a surprise. So USA and then Morocco. Yeah, thank you.
I remember Morocco beat Spain in 2022 as well, right? I
Yes,
remember it was like
and then
3-0 or
Portugal.
something. Yeah.
Spain and Portugal, yeah. That hurt me a lot because I'm a Portugal fan. So.
Amazing, guy. That's the energy. The World Cup is officially here. And now, before we close, we have one final giveaway. Okay. Let's give everyone one more reason to stay in the game. So our final giveaway is live. Go to ForeGate pinned post on X. Drop tonight's code word in the comments with your ForeGate wallet address, and you are in. I will share here with you the tonight's code is ForeGate will win the 2026 World Cup. This is the code, okay? ForeGate will win the 2026 World Cup. Move fast, winners, and also after the stream, okay? And that brings us to the end of tonight's show. A huge thank you again to Michael Owen for joining us and sharing his World Cup experience. Thank you as well to OKX, Philip, Andy from Wix, Dominic from Bluefin, and Cody from O'Daily for being part of this conversation. And of course, thank you to everyone watching this live. The 2026 World Cup is officially here. The matches are starting, the predictions are moving, and the energy is only going to get bigger from here. So keep an eye on ForeGate, check the World Cup section, follow the live markets, and don't miss what's coming during the tournament. Enjoy the World Cup, everyone, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.